Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to the West Ham career mode. Apologies for the delay. I did have a slight kind of editing issue before, but I've now sorted it. It's all good. Everything is fine and we can just crack on with the career mode. So hopefully the episodes will be coming a little bit quicker like they were in the first place and we can really rattle through with this. But today we do quite a few games actually. We do really power on and get quite a bit done. So if you're new around here, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel of course as well. All of that does really help us out. We've hit over 400 now and that's incredible. But you can see on the screen we are training Lafont and Alexander-Arnold. Those are the two people that we are training and we will continue training those guys for this entire episode. So we actually do an entire month's worth of football. So we start off at the end of September and we do October. But you can see the lineup here. First game is away to Swansea. They start off with the first chance. It was a pretty good cross in, but Lafont does get down to it. But I was a bit nervous about this game because we weren't playing fantastic football at times during the last episode, so I was hoping that we can just power on through. But Rashford makes a fantastic run from that save, but is straight at Fabianski, so it's a good save. We do continue to make chances though, applying pressure. We get it to Rashford again, our main man. He plays it across to Rodrigo and it's a nice little tap in on that left foot of his. And it was really simple, to be fair. Just a nice straightforward goal, not too much to worry about. And I was feeling much better getting the lead. Much better. And if there's one thing I like to do, as you guys know, once you get the lead, if you can get that second fairly quickly, you're in a really good position. So that's what we tried. Arnautovic plays the through ball to Rashford. Great shot across the goal against Fabianski. That one he was getting nowhere near. And we do manage to go 2-0 up just before half time. Like I said, getting that early goal after another goal is really big, really helpful. Right on the end of the half though, they did have a decent chance, but Lafont equal to it. Apologies for the cough. But in the second half, Masuaku bombs it down that wing. He puts a decent enough cross in for Antonio, but it does just go wide. The attacking options we've got in this team is actually incredible. We've got some fantastic players to rotate in and around. But on the counter now, we get it to Arnautovic. We see Lanzini making a run, but he makes a space for Rashford to burst through, and he gets himself his second goal of the game, putting us 3-0 up against Swansea. Like I said, I was feeling nervous by this point, as I'm sure you can imagine. I was feeling a lot better. Really good play from the boys. Really good, just like synergy up top, like I said. But the defending has been great. It's why I've showed you a couple of times these attacks have come from the defence, making good tackles. So Reed having a fantastic time for us right now. We get it to Lanzini though. Look at this. That is a great goal. Fabianski gets close to it, does get his hand to it, but he doesn't get the save. And Lanzini gets himself the first goal of the game, and that was all she wrote. 4-0 in the end. Quite a convincing win for us. And we start off the episode with a good win, which is nice. I'm also pretty sure I said that we were away. Fairly sure that was a home game, looking at that. But regardless, we get the points. And as you can see, we did dominate them quite easily. That chance they had that Lafont got down to was the only shot they actually had of the game. And we're sitting there nice and happy still at the top of the table. You'll see in second place was Burnley, which is who we're up against now. First against second, being West Ham at Burnley, is not what you would expect at the start of the season. But we put our strong lineup out ready for these boys, see if we can get a decent game, a decent result against them. We start off pretty well, Heaton getting to a good save there, and then Antonio knocking it back in for Rashford to finish off where he started, getting himself another goal. That's 3 goals in 2 games this episode already. He's insane. He's definitely the best signing we've made. We made some good signings, but Rashford is just absolutely tearing things up. He very nearly gets an assist there for Antonio, as you can see, but Heaton equal to the shot with a very nice save. But Burnley do make chances of their own. They got it down the wing here, but Lafont comes down to it easily, stops the shot from even happening, which is always nice to see from your keeper. But again, the options we've got Obiang running down the wing right now. He passes a fantastic ball through to Rashford, who nearly scores, but it is saved and he was offside anyway. But a second goal would have been fantastic as well there. But we just keep applying the pressure. We keep looking for that second goal because, like I said, 2 goals and you feel much better. We play a great little ball through. Antonio, fantastic shot. It's a great little build-up. That kind of chance there, if you can get it to someone like Antonio or Rashford, or like Arnautovic, Lanzini, we're guaranteeing goals. It's going to happen. They're going to go in. So 2-0 just before half-time. And what do we like to do when we score? We like to try and score again. We get it up and we don't quite score that one. But you know, the pressure is there. That's the main thing. From the corner, we whip it in, and we do manage to make it 3. Rashford gets his 4th goal in 2 games. 4 goals in this episode so far already for Rashford, and it's looking good. Like I said, he is one hell of a signing, really doing bits for us. He's already like 83 rated, which is awesome. But it really is a big thing this episode. You'll see, like from the highlights I picked, it's pushing up from the defence, getting the ball, winning the ball early, and then making the attack. And a very similar goal for Antonio to his first one. He gets himself another goal this game, 4-0 in the just at the start. So just at the end of the first half, but they do get a chance at the start of the second half. Defoe hitting it high and wide. They started to apply a bit of pressure in the second half, as you can see there. Another very, very good shot, but we comfortably saw this game out. We really did. There was never really much of a threat. They didn't have that many shots. I think they had 3 shots in total, and I don't know that they got one on target, so felt pretty comfortable in this game. But interesting to see, obviously we signed Tarkowski. They actually signed Savic as a replacement, which is a hell of a signing. Plus they signed Choluka, so they really were concentrating on new defenders. But yeah, again, another game that we absolutely dominated in the stats. After that though, we go into the Brighton game. We play a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, so we actually start with a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, because I thought it's going to be a bit of a compact team. They're going to defend quite well, Brighton, and a 4-1-2-1-2 is a bit of a more favoured formation for me, so that's why I stuck with that one. But actually this was a really, really tough game. Brighton really did make us work for it, to get anything from this game. But they start off, they get the first attempt here. It's a nice little cross in, but Reed does read it well, but doesn't clear it very well, and they do get a very, very good chance. But Lafont equal to it. Like I said, Lafont is actually genuinely doing really, really well for us. Glad that he's going up in rating and performing well. But a nice little back heel there from Rashford to find Arnautovic. You can see Rodriguez with him. Finds Rodrigo, pulls it onto his right, and misses. What is that? What is that? That is an appalling effort on goal. Rodrigo's got to find the target there. I know he's left-footed, but he's got to hit the target there. It wasn't even that close. Very disappointing. But again, Brighton applying the pressure. You can see they're knocking it around the box. They're keeping possession. I just can't get it off of them. And they get it through to their main man up top, Locadia. And he finds another player. And the passing is fantastic. But Lafont again equal to it, which is big for us. We're now in the second half. We really didn't have much to do in that first half. Brighton just kept the ball and kept us out of the game. We knock it around well. Lanzini with a good strike. But Ryan equal to it. Big, big save from him there. But again, we're trying to get through, we're trying to break the deadlock. It's difficult though, because Brighton are defending very, very well. Rashford on the ball, nice little turn, plays the through ball to Mario, who has the effort, but it does go over. Would have been a nice goal. He's actually playing quite well for us when he's playing, so it's nice to see him getting some good bits of play in. But Lanzini here, waltzing the ball around. What a strike that is on his left foot. Strikes it across the goal against Ryan, who gets nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. Lanzini's shot just flying in every day of the week. Fantastic effort. I actually shot from the other angle as well, because it really was a very, very good shot. To get it on his left foot as well. Normally you'd finesse it with your right and curl it past him, but to get it on his left and power it across, big, big goal. Big, big goal. As you see, very, very good finish. And from there, I wanted to try and push on, wanted to see if we can make anything else, because again, 2 goals and you're feeling good. We get a very cheeky ball through there to Antonio from Rashford, but the shot doesn't quite test Ryan enough. Can't do a Lanzini, but we do win the game 1-0. We end it there. Fantastic win for us. Really, really felt good to actually get the points there, because that was a really tough game. As you'll see, we didn't have that many highlights from us because we actually didn't do that well. So big, big result. And the first game that Rashford hasn't scored in this episode, but you can see stats a little bit more even. We weren't quite as storming ahead as we normally would do. But the next game, Carabao Cup away to Palace. As I said, the Carabao Cup I'm going to simulate. You can see the team there. It's a slight rotation of a few players, the likes of Byram coming in. We didn't start either Rodrigo or Rashford, but we let it play out. Arnold gets a goal nice and early for us to really push us ahead in the game, which is always good, especially away, because simulating games away, it genuinely feels like you have such a disadvantage. But we do get the early lead. They do equalise right at the start of the second half, but Arnautovic replies immediately to put us 2-1 up. And at that point, I was getting a little bit nervous, thinking, okay, we're in the lead, but they could easily score. And if it goes to a draw, it's another replay, all of that stuff. But it doesn't. We do see the game out with a 2-1. So Arnautovic's goal for us was enough to see us through. But as you can see, I'm now sorting the team out to play Crystal Palace in the league. I didn't keep it on there very long, which is why you saw a bit of me sorting the team out. But that was the lineup we were going with. If you didn't see it, feel free to pause it. Bit of a normal lineup though. Early on, we get the ball through to Rodrigo, who again on his right foot, he messes it up. He's really not performing for us. He's a left-footed striker, sure, but he's got to get chances like that on target. He really does. But Crystal Palace, one of, if not the most difficult game we've played this season, and that includes games where we've gone like 2-0 down. These guys really, really were very good. Kept us out of the game for big, big chunks. Townsend was causing us absolute nightmares. But honestly, player of the game for me here was Schlupp. Schlupp had a phenomenal game. Absolutely kept our strikers quiet for like nearly all 90 minutes of this game. We really struggled to get anything. But you see here we get it to Lanzini, who plays a nice through ball to Rodrigo, and it's saved and then onto the post. So that was unlucky. Big, big save. In the second half, we get a chance here with Winston Reid. Powers it wide. Nothing. Bit of a wasted chance there. But a ball up from their midfield. It's a good save, but the rebound goes straight in. So Crystal Palace do actually take the lead in the 59th minute. At this point, I was stressing a little bit because, like I said, we really hadn't looked that threatening. We hadn't created many chances. And so I was starting to worry that we weren't going to get into this game at all. A slightly loose pass there from them. We build up, we get it to Antonio, who tries to strike, and I waste it. It's an absolute waste of a chance. In the 90th minute now, it's the last chance of the game. We get a corner from it. The keeper comes up. It's that late in. We whip it in, and it gets cleared. It does go out, but Masuaku wins it back, gets it to Lafont, who plays a good ball to Rashford. We get it to Carroll, who shots block. Antonio shot block. Rashford shot in the back of the net. 90th minute, last kick of the game, and we equalise to make it 1-1. Still unbeaten. Sadly, we've lost our win streak, but we are still unbeaten 10 games in the Premier League. So that's absolutely fantastic. And as I'm sure you can assume, that was the end of the game. The centre pretty much ended the game there as well. So absolutely fantastic result from the boys. Like I said, genuinely tough game. First game we haven't won, so credit to Crystal Palace. No credit to my throat for the coughing that's going on. But again, a fairly even game. Shots off target was our biggest downfall there. But that is the end of the episode. We have powered through October. So November is where we start the next episode. I go to the 1st of November just to get to the end of the month. And we do our training as well on Lafont and Alexander-Arnold. You'll see that Alexander-Arnold is now 75 rated, which is fantastic. Rashford's 84. I'll show you guys a full viewing of the team at the start of the next episode. This cough, honestly, it needs to go. But you'll see the games here as well. We've got Liverpool, we've got Watford, we had another league game there as well, and there's a cup tie. We've got Leicester, and then we've got a cup tie as well. So we might have 3 games. We might end up playing the cup game depending on what cup it is. Otherwise, we might start some games in December. But we're getting near to the transfer window, so please start thinking about potential players that we either need to sell or get in for this career move. But for now, boys, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. It's been amazing to have you guys here. Apologies for the big delay, but hopefully this will cheer you guys up. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Look after yourselves.